Hi, welcome to Technique of the Week. When I have my contracting business, I feel like one of the most important things that I did, and I stamped lots of jobs over the course of my career, and one of the things that I always made sure is that I had a good plan. I really think that's a big part of what made me successful when I was contracting, and today we're just going to share with you some things, some different things to be thinking about, and maybe some things that might help you. The first thing that we're going to talk about when coming up with a plan is I feel it's very important to come to the job site, before you start the job. Maybe it's been a couple months or, a long time since you estimated the job, just to refresh your memory. This particular job has a fire pit. So if a job has a focal point like that, I always like to start with that and make that kind of the center of attention, for the whole patio. So for this particular job, I've decided to put the center of the fire pit. I always try to mark the center first right here. So we're going to be my center. I'm right away going to drive a 3-foot pin in here just so I don't lose that spot. This will stay in there till we're completely done with the fire pit and everything. That way we have something to base that off of the whole time. Okay, so I know the fire pit is going to be there. I know that it's going to be a 15-foot diameter circle. So I'm just going to have somebody help me kind of paint that out so we can see that. The best way I found to lay out these curves, and at least on my jobs when I had my business, we were always making curves. We hardly did any straight form. So an easy way to do this is with a simple extension cord. Get a couple extension cords, and that helps you to drape it out and make the curves and allows the homeowner to get a visual. The next thing I'm going to do before I start extending my extension cords and start doing the curves, this job is a sidewalk. There's going to be sidewalks coming off these steps, connecting to the fire pit and then connecting to the dock out there. And also it's going to connect with a walk back here from the garage too. So I know the sidewalk's going to be 4 feet wide. So anytime I'm off an object, I'm just going to go ahead and paint a little dot like 4 feet off of this. I'm going to get a mark over here at this bed also over 4 foot, and this will be the outside of my form for here. For now I'm just going to start it up here on this mark, but I know that's going to be kind of coming around like that. What I like about these cords is you can kind of drape them and kind of get them bending like you want them so the homeowner can see, have a good visual for that. I'm going to have this kind of sweep around. This arc is going to curl the whole way around to the fire pit. Then all I've done here, if you run out of cord, you just plug it in. I'm just going to plug this into the, now I can extend the cord so we can visualize this whole thing. I'm going to have this open up just a little bit wider through here, so I'm going to make this 5 feet. I know that's going to kind of come like that. And I'm just putting a couple marks because, we might need to change this, so I don't want to get too many marks here, but I want to get enough so you're able to get a good idea of how it's going to look. Now here I'm going to get back on 4 feet again. I know I'm going to narrow down to 4 feet here, and it's going to come in here. Then I'm going to get another mark here just so I can get a visual for when I'm laying my cord out, so I know kind of where I have to end up. Now at this stage, I've kind of got it laid out how I think it looks good. I'm going to kind of go around, and I like to look at this from different angles. Like I'm going to look at it from over here, like when we're over here at the fire pit. Does it look good coming into here? Do I want to change anything about that? That's what's great about these cords is we haven't started digging yet, and the homeowner can visualize it, and you can explain to them what you're thinking too. Like why you're laying it out this way. I like it from here. I try to look at it from all the different angles. And once you've got it to that point to where you have it like you want it, the homeowner likes it, and they accept this, that means that, guess what? If you have to move a form because they didn't like it, that's a change order. You're going to charge them more money for that because they've agreed to this layout. But now's the time to do it. And the time to do this also is not when your crew's here and there's machines and stuff and they're like everybody's antsy to get the job started and everything like that. The time to do this is before you start. A couple days before you start, lay this out, take the time to do this. It'll make the job go a lot smoother. So now that I've got all that, I've got the homeowner on board, they like it. I'm going to spray it with some spray paint. That way my guy knows right where to dig at. I always just mark the outside of the line about 2 or 3 inches over from the cord. That way I know that I'm wide enough there to do that. Okay, we've already done our layout. We want to make sure that's dialed in before we start really getting the plan together. It's important that this is done. That way I know I can start thinking about how I'm going to pour it. I'm instantly going to start thinking about that. So the first thing I'm going to think about is, what time of the day is everything going to be in the sun? Is it going to be in the shade? Is it going to be half sun? Is it going to be half shade? That's what we need to think about. This house faces toward the east, so the sun's going to kind of come up and it's going to be in the shade in the morning, not for very long, till it reaches the peak of the house, and then it's going to start to slowly kind of creep back this way, the shade is. So if I'm there that morning and I know my directions, I know that's going to happen. So I don't want to start pouring up at the house and try to go down here and stamp. I want to start down here and kind of work my way back to the shade. I always recommend, you can do it however you want, but first thing in the morning for your big pours is going to be the key. That's always going to give you a better chance to succeed. How I do my fire pits, I pour the ring for the fire pit separately. So I need to get this poured first so I can put that ring on top of this, after I pour the circle. So I know that I'm going to pour first thing, come in here in the morning, dig this, and try to pour this tomorrow. It'll be late morning, early afternoon. We'll be pouring this. I know that it's going to all be in the sun, so I just got to keep that in mind. Maybe I'll put a little retarder in it, maybe depending on the weather. Maybe we'll do a couple things different. It's going to tell me also how much help I need. As I come out here and I've painted these lines out, I'm thinking, how much help am I going to need to do this? Each day, who am I going to need? What's the skill set? This thing is getting a border on both sides of this, so I'm going to have a guy. That's basically all they do, so I know that's going to take some extra time. The other thing I'm thinking too is, how am I going to get the concrete over here? Am I going to buggy it? Am I going to pump it? By having a pump, you can pretty much eliminate a guy. You got to just be thinking about all those things, and that's not the day of the job. Try to go to the job the day, a couple days before, so you can start planning this. Where am I going to put this topsoil out? Is there a place I can put it here, or do I have to haul it off? How long is it going to take? All these things are going to play a factor in, having the job come out smoothly. Well, that's it for this week's Technique of the Week. Thanks so much for watching. Always remember, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So make sure you always have a good plan in place. With concrete, you guys know you don't get a second chance, so make it count and always do good work. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.